Yes. So good afternoon, everyone. For the last presentation before the general discussion. So let's continue with the reusable food contact materials. So you can have already gave the overview on the reuse system, and now I would like also to come back on some challenging issue concerning reusable food contact materials, and present you one European project, Woodipack, because we work on we make a lot of effort because we have many challenges to overcome. So I will not spend time for this because we need to prepare our futures without plastic, at least without plastic waste. So with many French law and single-use plastic directive, with many targets on reuse and recycling, also with PPWR. Dorota and Professor Langowski have already present on it, so it's a little useless here. So now we understand that we need to shift from linear economy to circular economy, and it is safe or not when we reuse or recycle our packaging, our food contact, our packagings. So we have here I'm trying to list some challenges. So the first one is regulatory limits, because correct me if I tell something wrong, that we don't have the clear text to telling us that's what we need to do compared to the virgin plastic, virgin materials. So if I take the example of the plastic materials in the regulation 10/2011 for repeated use, there's one phrase for repeated use that we just need to perform a series of 3 migrations to say that the migration are compliant or not. But we don't have the, how to say, there are no thing about the age state of the packaging after 10 or 50 use. And also we can have many risks of contamination, not only chemical, physical, but also microbiological. We need also to access risk of microplastic release, the hygiene, misuse, sensory. All of this we have already talked about. So just here is just an example. If we have one example when we selling in bulk, or in the lunch corner, we need to fill the tray of the bowl with food and take away on the go. We have many risks of for the aging mechanical and chemical, and we can also rank the risk for microbiological is the first risk, for reuse, chemical, microplastic, etc. So because chemical risk is my field, that's why I will only talk about chemical and risk. So when we all know that when we put in the contact packaging and the food, we can have the migration of substances coming from packaging to food, but we can also have the sorption of substances coming from food to packaging. So we, after reuse, one cycle of reuse, we normally find the substances coming from food in the packaging. We can have also some breakdown products. We can have also cross-contamination between materials, because during the washing or storage, we can have the contact with recycled, reused materials, and with all the stream, like non-food contact materials, cosmetic, pharmaceutic, etc. And also during the washing, we can have the sorption of the detergent constituents. And if we mix all of that, we cannot know what we are not sure longer that we have the same formulation of the materials, the reused material, than the virgin one. So the migration test or compliance certificate is not valid, because we need to solve for the areas, improve the analytical methods. Professor Langowski have also developed this point that we cannot just focus on what the producer declared, but we need to find all those substances. Next up, just here is one review, scientific article So 2 years ago, I think this article coming from food contact materials, somewhat the team to food contact packaging forum, that they, because in Korea have already the sub-degree, they had more than 16,000 of substances, and between them we have 400 food contact substances of concern. So we can find the CMR, some carcinogenic, mutagenic, also endocrine disruptor, etc. And if we focus on the repeated use food contact materials, because repeated use food contact material is it exists since a long time ago. We can have the kitchen utensil, the tableware, baby bottle also, etc. And all of the articles made from polyamide, polypropylene, mainly polyamide, polypropylene, polycarbonate, melamine resin, and all those plastic. For sure, we cannot find the new, new article like the bowl, the tray we can find in the lunch corner of supermarkets, because it's really new. And so we can, here is the number of substances, chemical substances we can find in the type of materials. And if we focus on the numbers, so the percentage of what kind of substances we can find in the materials. So for polycarbonate, we focus on the BPA because it's of concern. The melamine, formaldehyde, primary aromatic amine, caprolactam is a monomer of polyamide, and also all the additive is the PP. So for the most of case, we can find many monomers from melamine, the PPI from polycarbonate. That's why polycarbonate is banned for the baby bottle since a long time ago. For the PP, we find almost additive. So authorized additive in the plastic, because in the plastic contact material we have a positive list, but also some NIAS, not authorized. So maybe it's some NIAS. And for polyamide, most of substances is breakdown product. Yes, breakdown product, and also the PII, primary aromatic amide. So we change now for all the things. So because in the Beauty Park project, we also evaluate the microplastic release from reusable food contact material. Here is not our results. It's just some bibliography study. So in this study, the authors focus on the returnable bottles. So they compare the microplastic release between returnable plastic bottle, I think, the glass bottle, one way, so single-use plastic bottle, and also beverage carton. So maybe the Tetra Pak brick and something, I think. So we can find many. So this is a percentage of the type of polymers. So we find polyester, polypropylene, polyethylene, polyamide. Polyamide is the plastic. In the bottle, I don't know, and also the percentage of the size we can find. So don't remember that if the size of the particle is more, c'est plus dangereux, is more than is of concern. And if we compare here between the returnable bottle and the single-use bottle, we have the factor of 8. More between returnable and single use. So it's also something to pay attention. And it's all the thing when we focus on when we use the bottle, when we open and the cap in the seal. So here, for example, the cap in seal is made from PP and polypropylene and polyethylene, and the bottle is in PET, polyethylene terephthalate. And so they find, okay, after 11 opening and closing, the number of particles is double. And so we have more the contribution of the PP particles, so it's coming from the caps and not the bottle. And the size of microplastic is around 10 and 50 micrometer. So now it's just some word on body pack project. Body pack project is business-driven systemic solution for sustainable plastic packaging reuse. It is a durable project. The IPC, Industrial Technical Center of Plastic and Composite, is coordinators. We are 19 partners from 6 countries. And we have in the project starts already since 2 years. And so body packs. So in this project we work on the reusable packaging, plastic packaging, RPP. So we can think that 25 single-use plastic, if we can replace by just one reusable packaging, it is enough or not. And in this project, we did also in the technical aspect, like technical properties, safety, but also the economy and the consumer behaviors. Because if we have the good, the good packaging, safe and the good quality, but if the consumer don't accept this, it's not good to work. Because like in concept, if we can ensure that we have 95% of returnable article, it will work, but it's the lesson no. And also we need to standardization some regulations on that. So here is just the overview of the consumption. So we are 19, we have mainly French, Spanish, Germany, England, yes, and so here we in the framework of body pack project, we believe that we cannot have the unique solution for all of kind of food. So we did we focus only on 4 or 5 use case. So here is also the catering trade in the hospital, is a entrepreneur company, etc. Here is for the meat, dedicated to the meat packaging. Also on the lunch corner, so takeaway food prepared is a supermarket, and also one use case for the cosmetic and detergent products. Next. Okay, so here is the work package of the project. So we have work package on the technical. We need to choose the best plastic or the adapted plastic. We need also to study on the behaviors, the quality, safety, also the business model, and also it's important to calculate the NCI, etc. Because NCI calculation is really complicated. It depends on hypotheses, many assumptions on the case, and etc. And also the thing quite interesting in the project, we try to make the large scale demonstration. So we will produce a real packaging and to make some demonstration at supermarkets, etc. If I understand right. So here is our first, after 1.5 years of the project. So we have the the optimal design of for the use case. And so, for example, Oxolan is for the catering trade. So is a supermarket, is a hospital or company. So it's a single portion or multi portions. The tray made from PBT or PETC crystalline. This one is a little very brittle, so I'm not sure it will pass for the safety and quality because all tests are ongoing. But our first observation is that for the compartment bow is a vital. So this design is from case study on the supermarket, and this one is a tray for the meat on PET. This one also on the PET glassy, and also this one is on PBT. And the ACV is polyethylene, I think. Polyethylene. This is one for the detergent. Mm-hmm. So for the, I have already because we make many. In fact, not we, but in the project we make many tests to choose the best, the optimum material, so PBT, PET, and PBT, PET, voilà. And for the PP, it's for the only for the lid of the tray, not in the contact with food. So for the safety assessment, so we have many points to do. So we need to design the decontamination equipment, so the washing machine line with a good detergent product to wash, to remove at least food residue and also chemical substances. We need also to set up the protocol of accelerated aging, because until now we always realize the migration test or on the new one, and how the material when they are aged will behave. And also we need to make some contamination tests, because we need to calculate the residual contamination, the residual content of the substances after the washing, because like PET challenges, after many use cycle, we will have some residual content of substances, and when we wash, we can remove I don't know 90%, etc. So we need to calculate that, and also we need to evaluate microplastic release. So we have already set up the test bench for the washing step, and also we develop some analytical methods. And here it's just a little, there's many things to say, but for the first phase we use the PP tray, because we don't have the selected optimized material, so we use the existing materials on the market. So it's a PP, and it's really the result is very bad, because for the just the migration testing, we have factor 2 or factor 10 of migration over migration levels. So it's not
look on a temporary otherwise.
Yeah, because when they put in the market, they make the migration test on the new one, and here we have already aged artificially the materials, and it's not no anymore. And we have also the migration of primary aromatic amide exceeds some levels. And also we make some NIAS analysis, so that we make the total extraction by solvents, and with GCMS we will compare the chemical fingerprint and try to identify what is the new substances. And so we say that we have many oligomers loss, because it's normal, because we wash and something, but we have the apparent of the presence of the breakdown products of antioxidants, many fragrance, perfume, and fatty alcohol, probably coming from the detergents and the detergents. And here is just to show you what we try to do for the microplastic release. So here is the protocol is now quite different, but we will wash the materials, the tray and bowl. We will pre-concentrations. After we will analyze microplastic to determine the size, the distribution, site of distribution, also the concentrations by Raman. So here is just a prototype of the washing step. So we will test on the new and aged materials. Here in the glass micro reactor, we will heat, and we will also bubble, yes. And after we will, it's a classic filtering system in the vacuum system, and we need to replace many questions. That's the cross contamination, because after the first test, we find that we have many cross contamination due to the environment, because for sure our lab is not the white room. I don't know how to say in English. So there are many contamination from the outside. Also, we need to filter also all the solution molecule. The molecule waters is also contaminated. the ethanol only, the detergent also, there are many contaminations. So when we say we have 100 particles per liter of microparticle, if really coming from our samples or coming from our detergent, our molecular waters, etc. And also we need to evaluate the repeatability, because now in my team we work, I don't know, 10 repetitions, and we have maybe 10 different results. Okay, and also we need to calculate the recovery rate, because there are many steps, and during the whole protocol we lost many particles. So if we say 100 particles, is really 100 or 200, because we lost during the experience. So it's done for me. If you have questions.